Hello, people of the world and people of this, new venture with me. I'm Gabe. I am also a new upcoming activist to protect and serve our world today. So today I am here to talk about a certain school called Pewaukee School District. If you guys are not aware of that school, it is basically a school in Waukesha County that is notorious for being very much near the Milwaukee metropolis area. Now, if you're not aware of what that area is, it's basically an area where the place is very racially segregated between whites and blacks. So, first, I'm going to show why Pewaukee School District is very much discriminating and a school that breaks rules. First, right here, Pewaukee School District contains 4 schools and 2,948 school students. Right here, 91%, which is also my research from U.S. News, is that 91% of students are economically disadvantaged, meaning that they don't have the ability to pay for maybe lunch or something. Some of them would have to get free lunch or something, which the school rarely provides at times. Well, in a way, kind of. They kind of serve school. Schools have to serve food once in, mostly private schools who kind of do that kind of thing. But yeah, so right here also on U.S. News, right here it says 79.6%, nearly 80% of students there are white. Now, isn't that kind of convenient? Yes, because considering the fact that Pewaukee's population, the whole city of Pewaukee, the whole village overall, is 16,437, according to right here. Now that was as of 2024, and still that numbered at 16,000. Right here, as you can tell, and also according to the World Population Review.com, the official one. So then, because of that, Pewaukee has a very huge population, which 2,000 kids in there, nearly 3,000. Right here it says 7% of them, 7% are Asian, 5.9%, 2 or more races, 5.4% are Hispanic or Latino, and 2.1% are Black or African Americans, and 0.1% are American Indian or Alaskan Native. Meaning that Pewaukee School is very selective when it comes to people who are of race when it comes to their school. For example, from my own personal experience, there was one principal at the school before. I'm not going to say any names, but you know who you are if you're watching this video. It was in Horizon Elementary School at the same district. I had been racially profiled to be the bad guy in every situation. I had been pulled up every time in case. There was actually one case where apparently I had been seen as a bad guy in a way. There had been alleged claims. There has been many allegations against me, and the person had targeted me completely. They had given me eye flicks, and that was a principal, not to mention, that was an associate principal at that school. The school had later, well, not even the school, I think it was state, she then apparently been leaving. But until complaints start coming in, until apparently when you start losing that support, now you want to act? Now you really want to act against discrimination? Truly, this shows that Pewaukee School does not care about what happens to students who are racially profiled or racially segregated or anything. Personally, there are barely any black students in Pewaukee School District. I would know because I've seen it. If you were to count how many people in our grade, in personally 6th grade, are in who are black, it would be only 3 to 5 people, up to 3 to 5 people are black in our own grade. So that means that barely any black people are in there. There could be only 10 black students at these schools. I wonder why. Because also, not to mention, in Pewaukee, when you look at their site, you will scroll through many of them, like for example, Pewaukee High School, Pewaukee Lake Elementary, Horizon Elementary, and also Asa Clark Middle School. And you'll find that there's no black teachers. I've done it before. There have been no black teachers, no reports, only just substitute teachers or special ed. So could they be degrading black people as only assistants and only as bus drivers or anything, or maybe trying to segregate them from the school? Most likely yes, though the school is afraid to say that. Why? Because they know their image will be ruined from that, because schools legally cannot discriminate someone by race. It has been seen in also work. No one can discriminate someone by their race. No one can fire someone because of their race, and no one can prevent someone from getting a job because of their race. Though over the years, we've seen it ourselves in government. We've seen that they have found loopholes against that. In many ways, found loopholes, and etc. Now, as the next thing, the 40, right here, high school college readiness is 42 score, right here, which is under 50%. Now, how many people graduate from the school? Who knows? Personally, many people from Pewaukee I've known have not graduated. Well, not graduated, but I mean, many of them have yet to, be in college yet. Many of them I've known personally. Many of them I'm not going to list today, because that would be bad for them, and I don't want to discriminate anyone of anything. So please, at this time, if you guys are going to be asking me, who are these people? Who are these people that I can say? I'm sorry, but my lips are shut. I will not speak of their name, because I do not want to feel like they're being directly targeted by me, which they are not. I am only here to talk about how the school of Pewaukee is not in the right shape right now, and how we should, as the people and as parents, should take responsibility for this. Right here, the minority enrollments are up to 21%. That's a very small number when you think about Pewaukee's population and also the school's population. Very small number. Then also 14% of students are economically disadvantaged. If you guys don't know what the word economically disadvantaged means, it means not treated fairly when it comes to the economy, or maybe broke or so. Many things. Now, yes, right here it says that the graduation rate is 97%, but the real question is, how many of them get into college? How many students are able to get to college? Not to mention right here, Pewaukee High School, it says right here on my news site, US News, how Pewaukee High School performed nationally and statewide out of 17,901 nationally ranked schools in 464 schools ranked in Wisconsin. Right here it says, in college readiness, it's only 2,062. Now, could it be? That's very hard. Maybe. Or maybe Pewaukee isn't preparing its students. Maybe Pewaukee isn't given much. Maybe Pewaukee is deciding to choose people over race and go to school. Because many of them have become people who have committed crimes. I mean, we've already seen it before. People like Travis Decker, for example, a known family man, and he was a Pewaukee native, had killed his 3 daughters. Now, no one knows the reason, no one knows the motive. I cannot speak for the dead. I cannot speak for anything, because they have found his remains and he is dead. Don't you think it's a school's problem? Maybe it's a school's problem. Heck, people have many motives when they kill. People have many motives when they do crime. Many people have many motives when they do things that are bad and are seen as discrimination or seen as anything in our country that seems to be some sort of worse. In majority right here, not to mention if you search up right here, bullying at school, how many students commit crimes because of what happens at school. Oh, that was pretty weird. Right here it says chronic victims. More than 20% of people who are repeatedly bullied as children and teenagers were convicted of crimes as adults. Now, it's very much a lot. There's a very much a lot rate when it comes to how many people are in U.S. and more. Now, next right here, under thing right here, just say with Pewaukee School District, is that out of the 20%, it has a very much huge rate of many things. Not to mention, Pewaukee has many security concerns, which goes back to the second thing right here. Is very much understaffed when it comes to guidance. Now to this. From my research, Pewaukee School only has a total of 3 full-time school counselors. Maybe the school counselors quit their jobs. Maybe the school counselors did something. Who knows? Many of them quit. Because the students there be treated with great respect. And that's why Pewaukee has so much of a bullying rate, and also, not to mention, very much racially segregated. In fact, Milwaukee Metropolis, or the metro area of Milwaukee, is known for being one of the most racially segregated areas in America. Now, this is very much a huge claim there. One of the most. So at least top 5, let's say. Top 5 or top 10 at least. Many things. It's gonna be insane. Meaning that many people of race are being discriminated by people in school because they're not as the same race as them. In fact, a cyberbullying incident happened between the district and the village of Pewaukee Police dealt with a significant cyberbullying incident in the 2023-2024 school year that involved the creation of an Instagram account to spread embarrassing content about students. Now, bullying still happens in Pewaukee today, even though Pewaukee, not to mention, signed a bullying audience. An ordinance. But what kind of law in a way too? That states that bullying, any sort of bullying in schools or anything, will be fined to students and even adults if it escalates, which has not even been into effect. there's been no recent issues, or no recent issued fines on people because the schools brushed them off. Personally, I've seen it myself where they have not taken into action because many types of bullying happens in Pewaukee, and the teachers are very much aware of it. And you want to know what happens? They brush it off, especially in the elementary schools, in the middle school, and yeah. In fact, because of bullying before about my race and more, I had almost committed suicide many times, and I'd even said it before to school counselors. And what did they do? They did nothing to report it. They only called my adult, and that was all. Now my adult was already aware of it. Now I don't even think they told my adult before. I think that was probably another issue, but they did not really try to do anything about it. All they just done was just say, "Oh, you said this in your presentation," and they just left. Just left. That's how bad Pewaukee is. They don't give any sort of actual punishment to the people there. All they will do is just suspend them. Yeah, that's why we need more better teaching to them. Now, as a Christian who does not want to fight over too many things, I support rehabilitation instead of having harsh punishment. I, yes, have some sort of advocate for the death penalty sometimes, but I mainly want to focus on rehabilitation rather than harsh punishment. Though, in these situations, we have to put our true also responsibility as parents and also as schools to allow our children to be able to do that. Be allowed to have their education not disrupted and not have fear of being bullied or pushed into lockers or whatever. Not to mention, the school has, according to Wikipedia and multiple other sites, an estimate of $45 million. Now, majority of it comes from local. Some of it comes from state, which would be around 28 to 28 away percent of state funds it, and then 3% funds come from federal. Now, Pewaukee, if you have $45 million, you could literally use that money to use more resources to be able to stop bullying instead of just give someone a cookie for telling on this person and then do nothing about it. I've made multiple reports to teachers that I've been bullied before. And what have they done before? Nothing. Teachers have done nothing but just say, "Don't do this next time," or they've just said nothing to the person. They've said nothing. They said nothing. You see that? That is a prime example. Not to mention Pewaukee. I don't know. What's wrong with the world? What's wrong with what's going on today is that in our world, we let so many people get away with stuff when they should be able to be prosecuted and still also choose rehabilitation. They'll also hold people accountable for their actions. And that's what we should be able to do. We should be able to hold people accountable and then see if they grow over time. That's what God has taught us, to hold people accountable. Yes, he's told us in the Bible multiple times not to judge others, not to. But what he meant by that sentence is that he meant judge yourself before you judge others. So when you were going around the street and you judge someone for their faith, first test your faith. First look at your faith. Do you really contribute to God? Do you really tell people about Jesus? Do you really live a Christian life even in private? Or are you just not contributed? So yeah, that's what I'm saying here. If we're gonna keep allowing people to get away with stuff, if we're not able to hold people accountable, if we're not able to do anything about what's going on in today's world, in today's society, then things start to happen. In Pewaukee, I'm saying this. You need to get yourself together. Pewaukee School District, you have the funds. You have enough money. You have enough resources to be able to help students out. Yet you choose not to, out of what? Out of risk of losing school funding. Pewaukee, what are you doing here? Seriously, no, please, educate me. Please, allow me to hear your reasoning on why you choose not to fund these programs. Not to fund anti-bullying programs or anything. Pewaukee School District, there's many claims against your school. Not to mention, during this year, during May 2025, there had been a bus driver who had been a apparent repeated offender in the school, who had even worked as a teacher and had dated, had even married a student, and you didn't even take a second to think, isn't that weird? No, you didn't take a second, and that's on you. It's not just about the bus company, it's not about the cameras or anything, it's about you, Pewaukee. You should be able to hold your students accountable. You should not be able to just go around and just go like, you know what, who cares, you know? Maybe this will just pass in a few months. You should be able to make a video at least. Maybe even just say a word. Maybe make a post. Maybe do something to speak out about what's happening in your schools. You do nothing about what goes on in your school. You do nothing about violence. You do nothing. You do absolutely nothing, Pewaukee. You do absolutely nothing. This is coming from a student, a man of God, someone who cares about others, who cares about students, who wants students to have a future, who wants students to have race, not to feel like they have to blend in with others, to have the same personality as white students, who have to have the same skin as white students, who have to feel something. You, Pewaukee, should be able to hold your students accountable, and the people who work at yours, not to mention, many teachers there have looked at me with weird looks because I'm black. They've treated me differently, they have treated me wrongly, they have treated me like I'm some sort of insane kid because I'm black. They assume that black students are the immediate danger zone. Not saying this is discrimination of any way. I've seen it myself personally. You need to take actual accountability for your students, for the people who work for you, and yourselves. If you can't do that, what is the point of having your school? What is the point of keeping the funds up? What is the point of calling yourself such a great school? Calling yourself the 27th, or better yet, Horizon Elementary, who's on the 27th one, or better yet, calling yourselves one of the greatest school districts in Wisconsin. Please tell me. I'm here, Pewaukee. I am free anytime you want to. My schedule's, I might have work, I might have more things, but Pewaukee, come on, I'm ready. Pewaukee, please educate me on what you actually are trying to do for your school. I'm not here to talk just to yap or anything. I'm not here to say stuff, just trying to say everything just trying to be a Mr. Know-it-all. No, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make you face the consequences and face the true truth that you yourself as a school should take more responsibility, that you should be able to put more. You might try to sue me. Pewaukee School District, I'm ready. Sue me. I don't care. This is free speech. I have not made any defamation. I've showed the sources that I've used, and there has been many more proven things. I could get students on here, actually. If you want me to get students on here, on calls, Pewaukee, I'm ready. Trust me. Pewaukee, trust me, Pewaukee, this isn't my first radio when it comes to people making claims against me. This is my first radio. Come on. I'm ready, Pewaukee. Face me head on. If you really want to make my life harder at school, let's go. Come on. Let's go. Come on, Pewaukee. Because one thing I will say, if you can't take accountability for your students, for your teachers, for your board, then you should not have the ability to say that your school is the greatest. You should take accountability for what happens and what comes out of your school that involves students, teachers, or anything. So please, Pewaukee, take some accountability. Take something. Because Pewaukee, I have asked for many meetings with you. I have the emails. And they've been delayed. They have been either rejected for my ideas. They have been slacked on purposely. They have been slacked on purposely because you guys are too lazy to actually take the time to see my project. You just want to keep your school funding, to keep the image that your school's such a great school and stuff, and more. Now I'm gonna know. I'm gonna know. I know that you guys probably are watching this. So go ahead, Pewaukee. Say what you want to say. Do what you want to do. Try me. Because Pewaukee, you should know that eventually the truth will always face you. And once truth always faces, there is no going back. God knows the truth. God will face the truth on you on Judgment Day. And that's one thing He promised to us in the Bible. That He will judge the living. He will judge the dead. He will judge more. So Pewaukee, get your school together. Take accountability. Take more. And Pewaukee, if you want to get into a legal battle against this, come on. I'm ready. If you really want to sue me because I'm using free speech, I've used resources, I've used research, I've seen my own personal perspective, I've already seen also it from students, I've seen more. So if you really want to face me head on, Pewaukee, by suing me, by doing whatever, try me. You're suing a kid. You're suing a kid trying to use free speech and trying to advocate for better policies in Pewaukee. Let's go. Wow, really? Suing the kid. Suing me. A kid of race, a kid of faith, a kid of everything. Because you don't want to change your schools. You want to keep the funding, you want to keep the good image, and you want to keep students coming in so you can make more money. That's the thing. Because Pewaukee, you have $45 million. That's enough. You've started fundraisers, you've started more things so you can attract students in by making them have special things like Culver concrete mixers or ice cream during lunch or whatever so you can make more money. And that's how you're trying. You're trying to reel us in. Have you guys ever seen like tug of war in a way? Have you guys ever played tug of war? If you guys have played tug of war, you would know like that the team's way is to strategize how you can pull the team in and prevent them from winning. So that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to pull us in so you can make more money and so you can also make sure your school is seen as the perfect image of a perfect school. Really, Thank you very much, Pewaukee, for showing your true colors. You only show your true colors to the students, and the students aren't able to speak up because you limit their ability to speak. And that's one thing I'm going to say. Pewaukee, you are the ones teaching our children. You are the ones making sure they have a future. And I am disappointed. I am rightfully disappointed on how you try to fix your school. Just wow. I am disappointed. I am enraged. I am angered. I am every feeling at this point. But you know what? It's not up to me. It's not up to me to judge someone. It's up to God to judge you. And I'm not going to take that away from him. So, Pewaukee, I will continue my movement. I will continue speaking about this. I will speak about this at school. And until you're ready to make changes to your school, until you're ready to actually use those funds to go to a good cause, our movement, our attempts of trying to make Pewaukee a better place will continue to go. So thank you, everyone. Remember this: faith, freedom, and liberty are not costly. What is costly? It's trying to debate. And remember this, guys, as a main lesson today. Do not fight about each other's beliefs, race, gender, religion, or anything. Judge someone for how they treat you, how they treat others, and how they attempt to have a closer relationship with God. So I'm Gabe Scott. Remember, faith and freedom and liberty are at the highest costs today. So remember this, guys. Turn off your cell phones for a minute. Go outside and start advocating for freedom. If you want freedom for America, if you want the full American dream, if you want education to be great again, continue this movement. Reach out to me. Talk to a teacher. Tell people more about this video. And tell them about this channel. Tell them about this movement. Tell them about everything. Because we support you as the people. And we will protect you. We will fight for you. And we will serve you. I'm Gabe. I'm signing off.